All praises, honor, and glory be to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahawashi Bahasham, Harakha Akodash, Ka Halayim La, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahawashi Bahasham, Harakha Akodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, of Yasha Allah being Hebrew for Israel. Peace and blessings to the faithful elect of Yasha Allah, you men preaching and pushing His word across the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity, and the true names Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Yahweh Yahawashi, being Yahweh and Yahawashi, Yahweh in the name of Yahawashi, being the Son, Yahawashi being the Son, Yahweh being the Father. Alright, it's your brother Shariat and Awasah Shaman coming back, and I just want to get into something really quick. But before I do that, lessons is only out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and Negroes or you so-called blacks, whichever one you prefer, because you are actually the biblical Israelites. You're the children of God, and this is why everybody hates you, because you're actually cursed, and you're the people of the book. You're famous. Anyway, quick lesson. What does Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, mean about the grapes being trodden, right?
Fancy trucking grapes around these roads too much?
No, it's pretty narrow. We've just made it through, I hope, the most narrow part. Here in the Duro. How's it going, driver? Good?
Well, we've survived so far. That's the Duro. It's a remarkable place. It's just remarkably stunning, rugged, rustic, beautiful, and totally impractical for trucking grapes through.
Well, he's gonna let us pass because we're going so fast.
1 verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Once again, Zechariah 1 and 15. And I, the I being the Father, the creator of heaven and earth, Yahweh, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
Very kind, Mr. Truckmate. There we are. Back to our normal speeds of...
Which is approximately 5 miles an hour faster than that guy was doing, because we're terrified.
So if we go off the side, it's very close, see? There's a side there. It's very steep, but we're almost at the bottom, so we don't have that far to roll.
Yes.
Wouldn't be that bad. We're not carrying grapes, so it's...
It'd be a terrible waste of grapes.
It's hard.
Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
It's harvest time, and we're visiting the Duro Valley. Wouldn't be that bad. We're not carrying grapes, so it's...
It'd be a terrible waste of grapes.
It's harvest time, and we're visiting the Douro Valley in Portugal.
This is the home of port wine.
It's harvest time, and this is the home of port wine. It's harvest time, Matthew chapter 13, verse 30.
Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
Matthew 13 and 39.
The enemy that sold them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels.
Verse 40.
As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world.
Verse 41.
The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Home of the wine. Deuteronomy 32 and 32. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are the grapes of gall. Their clusters are bitter.
And we're here to see how it's made. The Douro Valley was defined and established as a protected region back in 1756, making it one of the oldest wine appellations in the world.
Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
The book of Psalms, chapter 110 and verse 5. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head. So ultimately, the Lord is saying that these people are going to be like grapes in a wine press, which is what you're looking at. All over the place. The bodies of the heathens, the bodies of the Edomites, who are today calling themselves the so-called Caucasian race, the so-called white race.
And this is where the action starts. When the Magar is full, it's time for trimming. This ancient way of making wine is still used for the best quality corns.
For making port wine, fermentation.
So this is what the Lord is saying. A so-called black man whose name is Yahawashi is going to come back, who was once put to death in the Roman kingdom. And he's going to stomp out and tread all the heathens, starting with the Edomite race first, who are today known as the so-called white race. What is blood? What is grape? What are grapes? What are grapes synonymous? What are grapes synonymous? What are grapes synonymous with blood? There's going to be a whole lot of grapes. So this is what the Lord is saying. The Lord being Yahawashi, the Father being Yahweh, the creator of heaven and earth. His only begotten Son is about to come back and do this to you people with his angels, who are also so-called black men with Hebrew names. But this is what the Lord is saying. So with that, hopefully it's been edifying. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi Wachabah Wahadar. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Of Yasha Allah. Peace and blessings to the faithful elect of Yasha Allah. Shalom wa barakim ha'aman ba'chiyar Yasha Allah. Shalom.